Hey, PJ. I said PJ. I meant PGA. How you doing? Let me see. Can you hear me? I think I'm good. I know I look a little crazy, but can you hear me? PGA, can you hear me? Or are you still here? I think we good. I just like confirmation before I start talking. I know I look crazy. Well, maybe you're not here no more. I don't know. Or is the chat tripping? No, it's ticking. Okay, good. How you doing today? So okay, good. Sometimes sometimes it's like I don't want to say it freeze or what have you, but something be going wrong. So I just be trying to make sure before I get to start running my mouth and things of that nature. But how you doing? How was your weekend? I just thought I'd come on here for a little bit. I know I'm looking crazy, but I have two sister lot clients today. Well, I already had one, and then I got one coming at 4. So I said, well, I'll jump on live real quick, see how everybody weekend was. Oh, okay. Thank you, PGA. Appreciate it. So just was like, I'll jump on real quick for, I probably got about 30 minutes and see what's going on. I had a busy weekend. Friday, I went to a concert. It was Life Jennings, Raheem Devine, who I absolutely love, and Stokely from Mint Condition. MD, I don't know what you mean. What's the name of my country? Um, it was my first time going to the Horseshoe. The Horseshoe is a casino in Hammond, Indiana. So it's about, I guess, it took me about probably about 2 hours. I went 45 minutes, excuse me, to get there from where I live. Beyonce was in town, so it's like you hit that traffic. It was like a low, like a low level dust storm. It was just a mess, but I made it. Oh, Raheem for sure. I love Raheem Devon. I love the Love King. I see now he's calling himself the Love King of Soul. That's what he had on his background. So he did a great job. To be honest, I thought he should have been the closer, but Stokely was the closer. I've been to mid condition concerts in the past. You know, they no longer together or what have you, and so I'm used to them kind of doing a little bit of a rock and roll, you know, a little piece here and there. But I guess Stokely, like, I ain't gotta abide by nobody else's feelings or thoughts. So he was just all over the place, just a little too eclectic for my taste. And I like some of his solo stuff. Level, She, um, Organic. I like those. Those like on post mid condition the stuff, and they just gave him way too much time. Should have gave Raheem Devon way more time because he didn't even sing. He has so many other songs he could have sung. But it was cool. Life Jennings was cool. It seemed like it was a lot of people there really for life, which I knew he was gonna be like the opening act. Um, I don't even know if he did. I don't even know if he did 30 minutes. So, um, but yeah. So I did that Friday, and um, went with one of my girlfriends, and sorry y'all, gotta get my juice in. Um, at first I thought, okay, I might gamble, but it was not giving anybody's winning. So I was tired. I was disappointed in Stokely. I was hungry, and then they wanted to charge. I was like, what's so crazy is the horseshoe used to be called the Empress, a million years ago. So if I'm 50, that was almost 30 years ago. I used to work there when it was called the Empress. And it was called the Empress Casino. It was, a riverboat. I'm trying to think, but did we actually go out? I don't know if we went out. I can't remember. But I was 21 and I was a blackjack dealer. And then I started doing what was it, Caribbean stud and 3-card poker or something like that. But anyway, yeah, when I was 21, I used to work at the casino. And so that's what I was expecting. But it's completely different. It's like a full-fledged like casino. It ain't like on a riverboat. So, but it just was not giving vibes. But they had the food on the inside. It was just a different kind of setup. And I was like, no. If I'm gonna gamble this week, I'd rather go get a scratch off. So I didn't gamble. And so my friend, so Hammond, Indiana is basically right at the border of like the south side of Chicago, southeast side of Chicago. So she stayed on the south side. So it probably took her maybe 15 minutes to get home, 15, 20 tops. It took me at that time of night, it took me a little, somewhere between maybe about an hour, 15 minutes. Man, I was so tired. I was so doggone tired. I was like, oh Lord, how am I gonna make it home? I didn't get home to almost like a little past 2. And I was like, yeah, I ain't built for this. I ain't built for staying up all night. I was so tired. Like I almost at one point was like, felt like I need to pull over to the side of the road and take a 10-minute nap. I was like, Lord have mercy. I can't do this. Yeah. So do you like Raheem as well? So that's how I spent my Friday. So then Saturday was slow motion. I didn't have no new patients. But I already knew I probably would get in late. So I had blocked off the like the first couple of hours of the schedule. But I didn't get anybody to schedule a consultation, so I didn't need to go in. And I was like, oh, thank you. I don't even really think I got my day going until almost 12, 1 o'clock. Lord have mercy. I said, well, I ain't built for this. Shout out to the people who over 50 who could stay out all night. I was like, mm-mm. Can't do that. Better put that woman first. That's Jaheim. That's Jaheim. Put that woman first is Jaheim. Raheem Devon, let me see. He do got a song called Woman. Um, but put that woman first is Jaheim. Now I love Jaheim, even though it looks like he might be kind of going through something, but he still could sing. He still could sing. Um, yeah, so then Saturday, I just tried to gather myself, get a few errands done, get some work done. And oh yeah, you thinking of Jaheim. Yeah, I love Jaheim. Especially his like that last album with anything on it. Uh Find My Way Back. Oh my god, I burnt that CD up. I played the mess out of that. Raheem Devon. Um, you may have heard of his song Customer. Um, I'm trying to think radio stuff. Guess Who Loves You More? At least here in the Chicagoland area. He's from the DMV. I want to say he actually is from DC. But I love him. I absolutely love him. Um, but yeah, so then what was I saying? So yeah, Saturday I finally got out the door, ran some errands, things of that nature, and was able to juice, and that's it. And then today at 11 o'clock, sister lock client, and I got one coming at 4. So I said, well, I'll get on for 30 minutes, see how people's weekend went. That's how mine went. Yeah. Excuse me. I made this juice last night. If y'all saw the juice video, this is what it is. A few weeks ago, I had tried mint. I wasn't a fan. I see people using mint, like especially in the summertime. A lot of people do mint. They might throw some lemon in there or some pineapple. I wasn't a huge fan of the mint. I just was not. But parsley, I like it. It gives what I thought mint was gonna give. But you don't want to use too much. I see some people who platforms is pretty much all about juicing. They be using real big handfuls, but you just want to be kind of mindful with it. And then I don't want it to overpower the rest of the stuff. So the juice I made, if you saw that video, it had parsley, spinach, pineapple, apple, cucumber, and ginger, I think. I think that's all I put in it. But it's pretty good. You know, the parsley, the spinach. Oh, I had lemon in it too. Kind of help balance out the sweetness of the pineapple and the apple. Who, Raheem Devine? Yeah, Raheem Devine is definitely, yeah, he got his notoriety, yeah, definitely past the Genuine and Usher era. He 50 years old, and I would say, yeah, his first album with that oh Lord, what's the song that kind of put him on the map? Oh Lord, I just threw a blank. But that album, I think, is called Love Experience, and I think it's been 20 years. So yeah, that sounds about right. Um, so he's been out for 20 years, but you know. Oh, it's the green screen textbook. I'm not where I normally set up, so I just put the green screen on. Let me see. Hi, David. King, what is it that you don't know? So anyway, that's how I spent my weekend. What did y'all do with y'all weekend? For those who are not new to the channel, um, and you watch the long form content, because everybody got their thing. Some people like the short, some people like the long form content, some people like to come on the lives. But I will be posting 2 videos this week. I'm on a push for 1,000 subs. So if you are new, we do go live every Thursday. Right now it's at 7:30 Central Standard Time. It's called Tell Me Something Good Thursdays. We talk about our wins, and then we just introduce question of the week. It's for grown folks. If you with the silliness and all that stuff, then it ain't for you. We have a mature crowd over here, but we have a good time. Why don't I ever sit on the sofa? I have sat on the sofa in my family room before, because my husband is here, the dogs. Um, yeah, I just go live where it's some space. So, you know, I just see like Thursday, I have my own space here in the house. I call it my office. And it's like where I do sister locks, is where I do content a good majority of the time if I'm doing it in the house and not in the car. Um, it's where I do my crafts and all that stuff. So that's like my room, my space. So when I go live on Thursdays, I'm usually in there because my husband is either in the family room, living room. Right now, the NBA playoffs is on, so he doing his thing. So he don't want to hear me talking, and I don't want to hear him yelling and screaming at the TV kind of thing. So this is just my vibe. I keep it real regular over here. If you're not new, then you know that I'm real. So I'm not going, I'm not like your, I don't want to say typical, but I'm not like everybody else. You see, I'm on here. My hair is pulled up. I got a headband on. I'm keeping it real. I still got my hoodie on from when I went to uh take the dogs on the stroll. I just keep it real. I ain't got time to, you know, zhuzh it up and, all these things. It's like, if that's what you're looking for, then I'm probably not the channel for you. So, but, yeah, I feel like live is the opportunity to just kind of connect, introduce yourself to new people. Hey, Leo, I'm going to respond. I saw your comment on the juice. I'm going to respond. So, what you mean, PGA, you for me? What that mean? But yeah, so I don't do all that. I am working to kind of set up my space a little differently. But right now, if you, like I say, if you watch the channel and you watch the long form content, you know that I do like doing the videos in the car, because I had to keep things. First of all, I'm not super techy, so excuse me. I do as much as I can without overwhelming myself, because if I become overwhelmed, then I ain't gonna want to do it. But if you know, setting up my, what is this, my stand, I don't know what the correct term is, put my phone on, make sure my mics is good to go live to engage with, my tribe, then that's what I'm gonna do. But if I gotta worry about the setup and the this and the lighting and the that, then it ain't gonna get done. So that's how I go. Hey, C from DC, keep it real. See, always check in. Appreciate it. Leo said the juice looks delicious, and I know it's healthy. It is. So this the juice from that video. It made two. That's 16-ounce jars. I got back into juice. Initially I started juicing probably about 10 years ago, around the time I finished nursing school, around the time I was in nursing school. But I had like an old school juicer. It was kind of cumbersome, and you literally could only just make like a glass at a time kind of thing. But there's been some big advances, in juicers and stuff like that. So then when I was telling my husband, I'm like, I need to get back to juicing. And I happened to come across some videos on YouTube, and they was using the Kuvings Auto 10. And I was like, oh my God, that would be a game changer. I could batch juice, and it didn't seem like it was super hard to keep clean. Now it's expensive, and I know expense is relative, but it ain't on the lower end. So that's why I tell people it's worth the investment if you're gonna if you really are serious about drinking fresh juice, every day, and you want to batch it. So you want to be able to make 2 or 3, or depending on how much you want to drink each day, then it's worth it. But if you know that you're gonna be hit and miss with it, Get you something a little bit more mid tier, you know, because it's a lot of money to not use it on a regular basis. And I tell people always wait until around the holiday time because that's what I did. When I saw how much it cost, I was like, "Woo!" And then Labor Day was coming up last fall, and they had a pretty good discount. I think it might have been 20-30% off, but I was like, okay, I can wrap my head around that. Let's see, some more people that came in. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, okay, I got you, PGA. Hi, Esty. PGA said you don't need to be worried about lightning. You can definitely be seen even in the dark. Before you stand out, you kind of red. Yeah, I know. I'm bright. I know. Leo, you get what you pay for, though. I don't want this car. Absolutely, Leo. That's how I look at it. It's certain things I'm willing to spend money on. I'm willing to spend money on food. And what I mean by that is like groceries. I'll pay the extra money for the organic, minimally processed type things. I'll pay good money for restaurant food if it's, I feel that it's worth it. I'll pay for lotions and potions. I'm big on trying to, keep my skin moist, all the things. But like designer clothes and the latest gadgets, that's not what I do. But like the juicer, that was a no brainer for me, definitely. I am not at this time. I did see. I'm responding to Essie's question about. I'm assuming you talking about the WNBA. I did see that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark got into it. I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw a clip, but I feel like Angel Reese's response was way bigger than what the foul looked like. But that's a whole nother conversation. A whole nother conversation. But I'm not watching any games right now. I'm just on here with y'all. Um, Child of God, hello, happy Sunday, beautiful, and may God bless you. Thank you. Same to you as well. Shy Queen, are you going to Gay Pride next month? Um, wasn't planning on it. But oh, dark truth. Okay, okay, I feel you're hungry. Not sure what you meant by that. Isaac. Okay. Hi, Isaac. Michael Jackson. Raj. Hello, Raj. Esty, are you watching the game right now? I think my husband watching. I think he watching just regular NBA. I can't remember. I think he watching the OKC game. I think it's Oklahoma City against Denver. Raj, I'm doing pretty good. I'm in America. How about yourself? Leo, what you talking about? Did I miss something? You said it wasn't on the itinerary, huh? Did I miss something? Oh, you talking about the gay pride question, Leo? Esty, I don't know who the Vicaries is. Who is that? Thank you, Raj. Yeah, Leo. No, that I was like, where that come from? Now, don't get me wrong. I got gay friends, um, but ain't nobody ever asked me to go to gay pride with them. And the gay pride parade here in Chicago, from my understanding, used to be a good time, but now it's gotten so I don't know, I guess messy from what I hear from my gay friends and stuff. Um, Funny story, y'all. I used to do Uber, and um one year I was like, when I was doing it, I was like, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out. I wasn't doing nothing, and it ended up taking me up north where the parade would be, and so I started getting all these people who wanted to go to the parade. So we could only get them, so close because they had streets and stuff cut off. But it was so interesting because, like at that time, all my gay friends were pretty much just living like in Atlanta. I didn't have any gay friends or associates up here in the city. But hearing the older like gay men talk about like the younger gay men and how they, were trashing the parade, because when I tell you, I seen a lot of booty cheeks and a lot of other stuff. Like a lot of them younger gay people, they was out there, and the older gay people, they didn't like it. So I was like, it was interesting to kind of hear, because it was a lot of kids out there, and I'm like, I know these kids going home like, mommy, daddy, because it was a lot of cakes out, okay? But I have to tell y'all that story before. I used to do Uber. Can't believe it. I used to be out here gig working, trying to make it. That was a million years ago, though. I'm 50 years old, Raj. Okay, what are they in the WNBA, Esty? Is that a player's specific name or is that the name of the team? Yes, I was PGA. I did that. I started doing Uber. Let me see. I graduated in 2015. So I think it was 2015. Whatever year the Blackhawks, the last Stanley Cup. So was it 2014 or 2015? I think it was 2015 because I graduated from nursing school in 2015. So I started doing it. So um, for those who don't know, okay, I gotta watch my time. So for those who don't know, I used to be a teacher. Then I went back to school to become a nurse, and so I was basic, and I owned a home. I was single. I wasn't married at that time, and so I was basically living off of savings. I had pulled my pension down plus what money I had saved up. So when I started doing Uber, it had to be 2015 then, because 2014 I felt pretty good and money was good, but I had a mortgage to pay, and I was paying as much of my tuition out my pocket, so I didn't have to take student loans out. And so my money was getting low, and I was like, oh, I can't go get no job, because I needed a lot of downtime from school because it's nursing is not easy, school wise, and even once you get on the job, it ain't. And so I was like, I should give Uber a try. And they was having big incentives because they needed people, right? So they was giving you like $500 bonus if you do 30 rides or something like that. So I was like, you know what? F it, I'm gonna try it. Signed up, got cleared and everything. And I think the first time I went out was on a Friday. And it was like addictive because I started for those who are familiar with the Chicago area, I started kind of like in Hyde Park. So you had people coming from the University of Chicago, going downtown to home. You had kids that go to what's the name of that school? Lab school over there. You had people in the Kenwood area. So that took me downtown. But from downtown, it took me up north, and people was going out and stuff like that. Oh my God, I had made so much money that first night for like maybe 3 hours. I was like addicted, right? So then I'm telling people, and at that time, if you refer somebody, I think you was getting like 250 a pop when they did, X number of rides and all that kind of stuff. Man, I was making money hand over fist. So for short pockets of time. So I was doing pretty good. So Stanley Cup would have been what? Maybe like April, May, something like that, right? So that's when I started. And it was cool. Things was cool. Got through the summer, that was cool. But then when it was like back to school time, things started getting funky. Like I remember picking somebody up and the person's name was a woman's name. But when I got there, it was like a teenage guy. And I was like, he's like, oh, my mama ordered this. And I kind of was like, And then it took me over into a neighborhood that I would have never wanted to go into, right? And I'm like, I'm about to get shot. Because I was like, somebody could be looking for this dude. So then I started having situations like that. Then one time I said, okay, I'm just going to work up north in the morning time, taking people downtown to work. And the final straw was I had a guy, he was like 15, 20 minutes late coming downstairs. This is a Monday. He lived basically up north on the lake, like literally on Lake Michigan. So people who are familiar with the city can imagine. He had to be the O'Hare in like maybe an hour and a half. His plane was going to leave on a Monday, and you all the way east. This is far east as you can get. It's the lake. He wanted me to be like dipping and diving and darting in and out and all this stuff. Like, dude, you took 20 minutes, 30 minutes to come down. And now I'm just like, why didn't I just cancel it? I think because they was running an incentive to try to keep you from canceling. I was so mad. I remember I drove home. So that had to be like October. I told my mom, I said, I can't do this. I said, I can't do it no more. I said, I don't know how I'm gonna make it, but I can't do it no more. So I did it for maybe 5, 6 months. I was like, let's get you up out of here. Okay. Y'all, last Monday, hold on, let me just tell y'all the story. So last Monday, I decided to go live. I wanted to come on here and talk to like the OG real people because I wanted to talk about the comments for the video I had put up about JW wives not becoming moms. So I'm like, I'm just gonna jump on live. I know my people will probably show up. We can have this good conversation about it. Oh my God, I got all these weirdos, all these people I had never come across, had never seen them nowhere on the channel. It was a hot mess. So, but God bless those people because they I was frustrated. They had trolls coming on. They were talking about my forehead, my neck, so a bunch of racist people and things of that nature. And I was like, I was already tired. And then I'm like, where my people at? But then I was like, well, I ain't give no notice. They ain't expecting me to go live on no Monday evening. But those the people who did come on, they taught me how to like block people. So now when I see people coming in talking crazy, talking racist, I can just get them out of here because now I know how to block them. Let's see. Oh, okay. I have to check that out. Esty, I have to check that out. Hi, Tahir. I think that's how you say that. Um. Oh, it was so tough. I was the oldest person in my class. So the other ladies, they was like late 20s, maybe early 30s. Um, and I used to be like, I don't see how they can do it. I was like, I can't do it. I'm like, I'm too old. I can't work. Now, what I wish I had knew how to do sister locks at that time. Then I probably wouldn't have had to do. I needed to do Uber, and I probably could have been making really good money. But I didn't learn sister locks until this is 6 years, so 2019. Um, so I wish I had, learned that skill back then. But yeah, I was like, I was a basically like a CNA. I think they call it, what did they call it? Nursing student nurse. I don't know, but I was basically just a CNA, and at the hospital. But I was like, yeah, I don't like this either. Man, Leo, let me get these folks up out of here. So now I know how to do it. So if y'all ain't figured out about me yet, is I tend to be a glass half full person. So the takeaway from that is maybe it was meant for me to learn how to block people when I go live. So now get you up out of here. We're gonna pack you up, get you on out of here. Cause it's weird to me. Why would you? But again, these are, people are not right in the head. It's like if you see it's a black woman on live that you don't know or whatever, then you think you just gonna come in here and talk crazy? Cause nah, mm-mm, mm-mm. You gotta get up out of here. Yep. So now I know how to block them, and it's crazy because maybe not because that was the first time that had ever happened. Like I had never went live and just had all these weirdos, it was a bunch of racist people too, and then just people talking mad crazy. All right, I got like maybe a good 10 more minutes. So anyway, I said, well, that'll teach me to go live randomly. That's why I was like, okay, I don't want that to happen today. So let me set. So I set the schedule. I don't know if y'all had saw it, that I was gonna go live at 2:45, and then I went on and took the dogs on a stroll. I had to say stroll because the older one, he know how to spell the W word. So and I don't want them getting excited because that was the day. But ain't nothing else much going on. I'm still going strong on my 75 soft. I'm pretty excited about that. I do have to, do my 45-minute workout this evening. But that's it. How was y'all weekend? Yeah, I got like maybe 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna start getting ready. Okay, let's get you up out of here because I don't even know what you're talking about. All right, and get you up out of here too. People so crazy, y'all. I couldn't imagine going into somebody's live saying the stuff that they say. Be like, what? What are you saying? Oh, that's good. Well, that's good. Yep. I was telling them earlier Friday. I went to a concert in Northwest Indiana. The casino got a venue. It's called the Horseshoe, and probably like a good, because it's Friday night. Like a good. We all got home in like an hour, a little over an hour. So I guess if it ain't no traffic, it only take me about an hour. But if it's traffic, it could take me, close to 2 hours. And I was saying I didn't get home 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I'm too old for this. Like if I'm in the house and I'm up to midnight, I'd be like, Lord have mercy. So I'm telling you, y'all, I don't know. I ain't trying to be out all night. You know, I ain't trying to be out all night. Been there, done that. So I was like, that's something I might have to think about if I ever do. I see Boys and Men gonna be there in August. I would love to see them. Um, but wasn't a super fan of the venue. That's what it's called, the Horseshoe Venue. Um, I don't know. I might have to wait until they go somewhere else. I think I might be like getting out of concert mode. First of all, these tickets are ridiculous. And then I feel like I done seen everybody that I love worth seeing in concert. Like the only person that I can think of on top of my head that I wish I would have saw in concert that I didn't was Michael Jackson. Like I saw Prince in concert before. Um, I don't know. I like, Janet Jackson. I love, some of her music. I don't know if I'm gonna see her in concert though. You know what I mean? Um, I'm just trying to think. I feel like I done seen New Edition so many times in concert. I don't have to see them or BBD again. Um, I've seen Usher a couple of times. Wouldn't mind. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might be over concerts. I think I might be over 'em. I don't know. I don't know. Might be over 'em. So I don't know. We have a place called Ravinia. It's like an outdoor kind of covered venue, and they usually do like a summer, like a late spring, summer, fall, and they'll have different people. And every now and again, they'll have an artist that I wouldn't mind seeing. Um, I like, I really, really like Kendrick Lamar, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to see him in concert. Like, yeah, I don't know. I love Fantasia. Um, saw her probably a couple of years ago at Chicago Theater, and that was the first time I did not leave feeling chills. So I was like, maybe Tasia tied too. So I don't know. My concert going era might be over. I don't know. Okay, Paul McCartney. Okay, yeah. I know a lot of those. The friend I went with the concert. I guess they're gonna have an '80s like concert, and it was gonna be like Rick Springsteen. Is that his name, Rick Springsteen? Yeah, I think. Uh, Basically Foreigner, like bands like that. And she's like, "Oh my god, I want to go." Like I like some of their music because I grew up in the '80s, but I don't know if I want to go see them in concert. I don't know if I like them that much. But yeah, is Paul McCartney still traveling? I mean, still touring? Let's see. I saw Lenny Kravitz live in Vegas about 5 years ago. Okay, yeah, I could imagine that was probably cool. Yeah, I like some of Lenny's songs. I don't know. I don't know. It got me to thinking, and I'll probably do a video on this. Is that you don't have to. You're saying you don't have to like the same things. It's called what is it called, evolution, right? Evolving. Things change. Like if somebody would told me that I'd be eating blueberries and raspberries and juicing beets, even though I like eating pickled beets, I'd have been like, oh no, never. When I was like a teenager, you couldn't get me to eat onions and green peppers, but little did I know I was eating onions and green peppers because it was in the spaghetti. It was in. It's just like, it's okay to change. It is. Okay. Yeah, because I know sometimes they'll run commercials and they'll say, oh, so and so, so and so. That's good. Well, maybe next time he's in your area, maybe you can go. You know, maybe you can go. So other than that, everybody had a pretty okay weekend. When I got on, before I got on, the channel's at 960 subs. So fingers crossed that this week some new people will find us. Or believe it or not, because I try not to get too caught up in the analytics and the numbers and things like that. But I guess it's a good thing right now. Um, like a good chunk of the views will come from new viewers versus returning viewers. So that's a good thing, because at least that lets me know that new people are finding the channel and finding something that resonates with them. I know that sometimes it can be heavy XJW kind of content, and I'm gonna really work to do, make sure it's a little bit more balanced. But I do appreciate y'all. Hi, Harry. Okay, Billy Joel. Billy Joel. Or no, I think it was Bruce Springsteen. One of them I know has a cancel recently because of some health issues or something like that. Yeah. I look at these people, even like Madonna and stuff like that, where it seemed like me and Madonna, age wise, seemed so much closer, like when she was a material girl. But then you realize, like, no, it wasn't as close as you thought. Today is actually pretty on the cool side, Leo. Like, um, from like maybe the middle. Well, I say like Monday through Friday was, fairly warm, like high 70s, maybe low 80s. Yesterday, things kind of took a shift and it was cooler. And then today, I think it was only going to get up to 65. So, not too bad, but it's going to be kind of like, I think the high is going to be like barely 60 and stuff like that. So, not officially like summer, but I'll take it. Like I say, I just put my hoodie on. I could have probably not wore it, but I don't like being cold. So, all right, y'all. I got maybe about 3 more minutes. And then I gotta go disinfect the chair and stuff like that. I make my clients wear a mask. I wear a mask. And I wear my mask outside. I still wear a mask, y'all. I was trying to let go of my mask for the summer, but I just can't. People nasty. If you like in these stores, people will just be like, Hach. They don't cover their mouth, or they using a hand and they picking up something and put it back. I was telling my husband, we went to Whole Foods last week, and I'm sitting here watching a lady take the blueberries, open the thing up, and she's touching every blueberry, and then she didn't even buy it. She put it back. I'm like, hell, she could have purposely, I don't know, put something on it. I'm just like, people just nasty. People just nasty. So if you like, I didn't wear my mask to the concert because I didn't want to seem like a complete weirdo. But then when I saw it was like maybe 2 people in there with their mask on, I said, oh, I should have worn my mask. But I didn't feel like I had the cooties the next day. So I guess I'm okay. Like, I had worn my mask religiously for 3 years. And then the one weekend I didn't, I end up with the big C, And I think I was more hurt because I had got it. Because everybody who was like, you gotta be kidding, not you. I'm like, I know. I took my mask off this weekend. Oh my God. Yo, my feelings was hurt because I'm like, I had caught it. I felt like I had dodged and dodged and dodged forever. Yeah, it was crazy. I think my dog had got it too. It seemed like his nose was running. So, all right, guys. Well, y'all have made my Sunday afternoon brighter. We didn't got the knuckleheads up out of here because now I know how to do it. And I hope y'all have a good rest of your Sunday. Like I say, be on the lookout. Should have a long form video up tomorrow. And then I don't know if y'all noticed what I've been doing. So I'll do a long form video and then I'll do a short the next day to make sure if you didn't see the long form, maybe you'll catch the short, and have you go watch the long form video. So that'll be what, Monday and Tuesday. And then maybe Wednesday we'll have another long form, then the live, and then Friday a short. But appreciate all the support, and just gonna keep, working to bring good content that y'all can relate to, and appreciate all the support. So I'm gonna find out what the rules are. Maybe we can have some kind of raffle or giveaway or something once I hit the 1,000, and then once YouTube tell me I'm fully monetized, maybe we can have some kind of raffle or something. But all right, guys, let me go get ready for my next person, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.